Hi, everybody, and welcome to the DRF Breeding Report. I'm Dan Illman along with Nicole Rusoo, and this week we are going to recap the Fasig Tipton New York-Bred yearling sale. And all of our yearling sale coverage this year is presented by Stonestreet. Nicole, as we take a look at some notable numbers for this sale, records all around, this is a booming market right now.
Yeah, very much so. Of course, with New York-Bred succeeding in graded and group stakes worldwide, you've got horses like Minds or Biscuits out there right now. This program has really grown beyond being just a successful and lucrative regional program into a program that produces horses that are in demand nationally. And we certainly saw that here. You set records in gross receipts, average price, median price. The buyback rate was down, and at the top of the market, you had a horse who brought a record price for this sale. It's definitely a booming market right now for these New York-Breds.
We're going to take a look at that record-priced yearling in the auction ring, a $500,000 son of the very exciting young stallion Cairo Prince. I mean, Cairo Prince's, yearlings have been unbelievably well received thus far.
They really have. He was we got an inkling this might happen. He was one of the breakout stars of the Fasig Tipton July yearling sale back in Kentucky, which kind of starts the market off. He came to the select sale here in Saratoga and had a yearling sold for $420,000, which is a very strong price for a first-year sire with no progeny on the racetrack yet. And then he really broke out at this New York-Bred sale. In addition to that $500,000 colt, who exceeded a $450,000 Uncle Mo colt last year for the record price. He put two other horses in the top 10 prices for a total of 3. I think Cairo Prince got a lot of attention, in the last couple of years because he was a value point to buy into his sire line that is doing so well right now. Of course, with Pioneer of the Nile, Empire Maker, American Pharaoh, all standing for 6-figure fees. Cairo Prince was a little bit of a value buy-in. He's far exceeding that value, and with people so excited about them, I can't wait to see what these do when they get to the track next year.
This gray colt comes from a strong female family, a Phipps family of inside information and educated risk and smuggler. So there's a lot of class. And Cairo Prince was a 2-year-old who could carry his speed a distance of ground. A very intriguing gray colt. $500,000 was the sale for number 589. Let's take a look at this City Zip colt in the ring. City Zip, out of the Jumpstart mare Nick's Honor, went for $350,000. He was a $240,000 weanling, and this is a classic, classy New York-bred family.
Very much so. You see a lot of New York-bred stakes performers, right under those first couple of dams there. The sire City Zip, who is recently deceased, actually began his stud career in New York, where he stood for a couple of years before moving to Kentucky, was a very successful sire at Lane's End in that competitive market. Sired 3 Eclipse Award champions during his career. So certainly a lot of love for him here still. But I do want to point out that signing the ticket for this City Zip colt and actually a couple of other horses at this sale was Mike Ryan, who's a very good horseman, noted bloodstock agent, who co-bred this year's Derby winner, Always Dreaming, picked out Cloud Computing, the Preakness winner at auction, has had ties to so many good horses. And we're seeing a lot of people like that shopping this New York-bred sale. So when you look in the buyer column, it's another sign of how far this sale has come and how the market has grown in New York.
Yeah, the market's good. It helps when you have strong pedigrees like this. This is a half to 4 black type earners, 2 stakes winners, including the really hardy The Lewis Dinner, who is by Posse and was just a really tough racehorse on the track. And City Zip was a versatile and strong stallion, gets extremely good turf horses, good sprinters as well. This is a really intriguing colt, again sold for $350,000. Let's talk about this More Than Ready filly out of the Irish River mare St. Francis Wood, who sold for $315,000. This one is a half to a stakes winner named Saratoga Dreamer. But as you can see from this pedigree page, there's a lot of turf here, and I wouldn't be surprised if this filly eventually does her best running on the lawn.
Well, very much so, especially with Bradley Thoroughbreds, which is involved with good turf mares like Tacita, Champion Day at the Spa, who was a New York-Bred herself, picking this one out. This one is Buy More Than Ready, who, of course, we've talked about so often as an outstanding turf sire, very popular internationally where he shuttles to Australia. I'm certainly looking at this one as a turf prospect for down the road.
So it's been a booming market this summer at Saratoga, not only with the open sale, the selected sale, but with this Fasig Tipton New York-Bred auction. You can follow Nicole on Twitter at DRF Rusoo, and you can get all the latest breeding news and notes on Twitter at DRF Breeding. We'll see you next week for the DRF Breeding Report.